Back, everybody, to the 1987 Supermod. I'm Brad Drake. I'm your host, and this is my AWA save. We're moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, after two successful spot shows. Let's see how successful they were, and they were pretty successful. Our ticket sales continue to raise up. We're doing very well this month, so let's move along. We're on Thursday right now. Let's move along to Friday, and while we're doing that, let's take a look at our upcoming card. We are rolling into Chicago. We're going to be at the UIC Pavilion, ladies and gentlemen. We're opening up with Madusa Micelli versus Vivian Vachon. Cactus, Jack, and Buddy Wolfe are going to face the Assassin and Steve Olsonoski. Mike Graham from Florida is traveling up north. He's going to face Alan West. Sonny Rogers is going to battle Nelson Royal for the World Light Heavyweight title. The terrorist Jack Victory is going to challenge Greg Gagna once again. Dick Slater and Wahoo McDaniel are going to be featured in Chicago in an Indian strap match. The Guerrero brothers will face Rose and Summers in the semifinal. And in our main event this evening, Scott Hall is going to battle Larry Zabisco. We got one hell of a card lined up for you folks. Let's go ahead and check our incoming mail here for Friday before we move on to the show. Wahoo McDaniel's injury is done. This is good news for us, but it might be bad news for Dick Slater for tonight's match. So let's go ahead and move along and get rolling into the show. All right, let's set the UIC Pavilion as our venue tonight. We're going to Illinois, UIC Pavilion. There we go. We are going to sell this out and then some. Perfect venue for us. The UIC Pavilion was an excellent venue. For those of you that don't know, UIC stands for University of Illinois Chicago. So this venue was actually downtown. It was a great, great venue. All right, we got some protege work going on here with Baron von Raschke and Kevin Collins. Kevin Collins' mullet was something else. Let's see who's missing. Nobody that's going to affect us tonight, so that's good. Mike Graham is in town. That's good. Let's go ahead and get booking here, everybody. Micelli versus Vachon. We're going to check these two out. I think Micelli has won the last couple battles between these two, so we will even it up if we need to. And both these ladies have cooled momentum no matter what we do, so we'll just keep doing our thing with them. Let's check out Madusa. Let's see how she's done the last couple matches. So she has beaten Vivian Vachon the last two times. So Vivian Vachon, the baby face in this situation, is going to go ahead and get the victory here. Our second match this evening is Cactus Jack and Buddy Wolfe versus the Assassin and Olsonoski. And this one, we're not going to care who gets the win. This one's going 12 minutes. Buddy Wolfe still has ice-cold momentum. Kind of seems that no matter what we do, he stays that way. But that's all right. But the Assassin's got hot momentum. And Steve Olsonoski's had cool momentum, still does. Those two just got a win 2 nights before at our spot show in Chicago at Brother Rice Gym. All right, that match is booked. We left that one open-ended. It really doesn't matter to me who wins. We got Mike Graham versus Alan West. We're going to leave this one open-ended also. And this is a rare occasion where we're having a light heavyweight versus a heavyweight. We've talked about that before, but it just makes sense for both these men. This is a good match for a guy like Alan West to get experience. This is the type of stuff you would see back then. You would see an inexperienced guy in there against a veteran like Mike Graham. We're going to leave this one open-ended. We'll see if Alan West gets the victory, but I highly doubt it. I think we're going to see that Boston Crab get the win for Mike Graham. Sonny Rogers is going to get another shot at Nelson Royal. And Sonny Rogers is in his hometown here. So we're going to make him look good. We're going to get him a DQ win over Nelson Royal. This will not hurt Nelson Royal whatsoever. This will only help Sonny Rogers and gives the fans something to cheer about too. He gets the win, but he doesn't get the title. So here we go, Sonny Rogers with the win. DQ win. So Royal gets busted cheating, and Sonny Rogers gets the win. The Terrorist versus Greg Gagna. I think you already know who's getting this one. Maybe we'll drop the hood on the Terrorist and just let him wrestle as Jack Victory. But we'll see. That might involve bringing in another hooded wrestler, and we'll see about that. Greg Gagna was pretty darn popular in Chicago, so this one should get us a decent score, despite the knocks that'll be against Jack Victory. So Gagne gets the win. Slater versus McDaniel. This one will be quality. And you know what those capitals mean, folks. It means Indian strap match. It's yelling. It is letting you know that this is serious business. This is an Indian strap match. This one's going 16 minutes. And it'll be a bloody mess. That's the way these strap matches were. And this one will not disappoint the Chicago crowd that always loved bloody brawls. Let's get some heat here, everybody. Let's have Dick Slater get the win here. We're going to get some heat. Good stuff. All right. The Guerrero brothers are going to face Rose and Summers. And this one, I don't care who gets the win. It doesn't matter to me. Rose and Summers are former World Tag Team Champions. Not the former champion team, but a former champion team. So Chavo and Hector are going to get in there. And they were pretty popular in Chicago. And Rose and Summers. We're going to leave this one open-ended. It doesn't matter to me who wins. And our big main event here is going to be Scott Hall versus Larry Zabisco. Ooh, got a little ahead of myself there. Oh, jeez, I'm all over the place messing up this spreadsheet. It's gotten into me. All right, main event. Hall versus Abisco. We're just going to have them go 25. We have gotten the added time from the Indian strap match. And I think I butchered Zabisco's last name again, so we'll get that fixed. And I did. I got his last name right for years. And all of a sudden now I'm not. Let's take a look and let's see how this one's been going. Yeah, Zabisco's gotten the last two over Scott Hall. So Scott Hall is going to win this one. And it's going to win it clean. It's only going to help that feud continue going. It's going to be an epic 25 minutes. This card is lining up to be 2 hours and 20 minutes here. This is a solid card here for Chicago. So let's go ahead and get rolling. All right, Vachon gets the win with the powerbomb. Nice score for a ladies match. You can see both are improving in popularity. We're no longer getting that green at the bottom saying they're not popular. Olsonoski and the Assassin get the win again. Olsonoski gets the pin once again. Let's see if this helps his momentum. Graham versus Allen West. There you go. Mike Graham gets the win with the Boston Crab. And folks, when we get back to the main screen, we're going to do something here. We are going to prep Mike Graham for a face turn. And Mike Graham is going to start, in our next run, is going to start challenging Nelson Royal for that World Light Heavyweight title. All right, Sonny Rogers gets the win by DQ. Now there comes that red. That's our first one so far. You know, Nelson Royal's getting a 62, so they obviously know who he is. So, what are you going to do? Let's see what our drawbacks are. Yeah, Royal's declining, no doubt. But that's it. There's no inconsistency or inexperience for Sonny Rogers, so that's good. So let's continue on here. Gagne scores a 79. That's a good score for Greg Gagna. And he wins with that Gagne sleeper over the Terrorist. And I was watching some footage the other day, the High Flyers, Greg Gagna and Jim Brunzell. And man, were they a good tag team. Like I've said, we talked about this before. People can knock Greg Gagna all they want. He did get special treatment because he was Vern Gagne's son. No doubt. We can all agree on that. But Greg Gagne was a good wrestler. And his tag team with Jim Brunzell was a very, very good tag team. And they had, Jim Brunzell might have the greatest dropkick of all time. And if anybody wants to dispute me on that, you're more than welcome to. Drop a message down there in the comments. We all know Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson, they had excellent drop kicks. The Rockers had good drop kicks. But Jim Brunzell probably had the smoothest drop kick ever. And let me tell you something. Greg Gagne was right up there too. He threw one hell of a drop kick. So Greg Gagne gets the win here. And those are my feelings on him. And here we go. Big Indian strap match here. Slater and McDaniel. Bloody mess here. Slater gets the win. And Wahoo just gets penalized because of his declining physical ability. This is fun. Watching these two go around the loop in this Indian strap match. We're not doing it every time, but a lot of times we are. And this is a hell of a match for both these men. That's a nice score for two aging veterans here. Excellent. And Rose and Summers get the win. Doug Summers pins Chavo with the pile driver. You know what? We have too many guys using the pile driver right now. We got Lawler, Rip Oliver, and Doug Summers using the pile driver. We're going to have to make an adjustment here, and somebody's going to not use the pile driver. We're seeing too many of them as a finisher. Not that it wasn't a devastating finisher. It was. The pile driver was a fantastic finisher, but we're seeing too many of them. And when you see too many of them, that takes the impact away from the fans. Too much of anything is not good in wrestling. And don't forget, we got Colonel De Beers doing the pancake pile driver also. So we can't have too many pile drivers. So we'll make the adjustment. One of them is going to end up with a new finisher. All right, here's our main event. Scott Hall gets the win with the Crucifix Powerbomb. It's only an 84, but that's pretty respectable. Doesn't say anything about improving the feud. That's probably because the feud is so hot that 84 probably didn't help it any. But sold out crowd here in the UIC Pavilion. These two on top. We've done a good job here of getting Scott Hall at the main event level. And of course, I think very highly of Larry Zabisco. Let's check the dirt sheet. So all the dings are is Scott Hall with some inexperience. That's it. But this was a great quality match. 83-90. I would have liked to have seen that score around 86, maybe even 87. But we'll take it. Overall, this show should be in the 80s. And it's a solid card for Chicago with the AWA. There we go. 80 is our score. We get the increased popularity. So 2 nights ago in the game, we ran a spot show in Chicago with a 74, and it didn't get us a gain. But this 80 did. So that shows how high our popularity now is in the Great Lakes and how hard we're going to have to work to keep improving here. So we're going to make a speech, and we're pointing out Greg Gagna. Greg Gagna did a nice job. And I'd like to give Wahoo McDaniel some credit. He's pushing 50 here, and he is working hard. And lastly, I'd like to point out Scotty Hall, because I think he had a great performance. So let's make our speech. Gagne's pleased, Wahoo's pleased, and Scott Hall is pleased. Remember, we got Kurt Hennig, who was happy after that before, so that was cool to see. We actually got one of those. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that all of you are enjoying playing version 7.0, and drop some comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know how you're enjoying it. Put a lot of work into that one, bringing in all those new wrestlers, all the enhancement talents, and just tons and tons of retired titles, and doing, accurate pictures and accurate title histories for all those titles. It was a lot of hours. I'm talking hundreds of hours doing all those updates, but it is a labor of love, everybody, and I hope that you're enjoying it so far. Let me know what you think. Let me know how it's going for you. Let's take a look at our inbox here, see if there's anything exciting. 742,000 viewers for All-Star Wrestling. That is terrific. And Hector Guerrero has got a grueling schedule. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Who's Carl Dauberger? Oh, somebody from Europe, probably. WWF live event. Rick Rude over the JYD in a strap match. That scores a 100. Wow. And they sold out the Sam Houston Coliseum. Good for them. Now, see, this is a quality card here. This isn't that garbage card that we've been seeing them run. Hercules over Ken Patera. Orndorff over Nikita Koloff. Coco Beware and Danny Spivey. This one's a little ridiculous. Beefcake versus the Falco in a dog collar. But besides that, this is a pretty solid card here. It's not the usual garbage that we're seeing. Nice. How did the NWA do? Big Bubba Rogers is the World Television Champion? Wow. This is a lousy card. 78 overall. They're selling out the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium. But it's a lousy card. Those of you that are playing 7.0, you're not dealing with that problem, are you? We got that taken care of. Unfortunately, I'm so embedded into this save, I got to keep going even though it's version 6. The only thing that's, it doesn't really affect us in our save, it's still fun. It just affects the outside game world. Let's check out the UWF live event tour. And how do you like how all that's adjusted now? So you're getting the real live events for the UWF too. Fabulous Freebirds versus Gary Young and Black Bart. Overall, not a very good show. But what are you going to do? They only got another 2 months here before they're done. Oh, isn't that nice that our antivirus shows up here? No, go away, leave us alone. NWF is running. Big money card again here. This is a lot of money. A lot of names. Wow. There's Kalua. He works as enhancement talent for us. There's King Kalua. Of course, the Executioners were a real good team. I think it was Jerry Fazio and Terry Minton, I think, were the two of them. Two big, monstrous guys. Won a lot of titles on the independent circuit. And I believe one of them played one of the Executioners in the WWF. Might have been the both of them that held the tag titles. This is a huge card. They got a lot of money on this card. Good for them. Of course, you'll see in 7.0 that's been adjusted and historically accurate. Outside of their TV shows, they really weren't running that often. So, before we shut things down and close this one off, ladies and gentlemen, today in history, March 2nd, 1980, in Championship Wrestling from Florida, we're going to read a card. They ran in Orlando that night, and they had a big lumberjack match. Also, Manny Fernandez defeated Leroy Brown. Steve Kern and Jimmy Garvin beat Nikolai Volkov and Bugsy McGraw. The Super Destroyer, which should have been Scott Irwin, beat Hector Guerrero. Brian St. John and Stan Lane beat Don Diamond and Terry Taylor. Frank Monte beat Don Serrano. I think very highly of Frank Monte. I put him in the game here. The Twin Devils beat Gordon Nelson and Barry Windham. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what took place in Orlando, Florida on March 2nd, 1980. This has been this day in history. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this episode. We're going to be back tomorrow with another episode, and let's give you a little preview here. What happened to events? There's tour. All right, we're going to be going to tour date number 96 next. And we're traveling to Denver, Colorado. Our main event is going to be, we got to adjust this one, folks, because we have a new champion. It's no longer Kurt Hennig versus Nick Bockwinkel. It is Nick Bockwinkel versus Kurt Hennig. Huge, big title win. We're going to go ahead and make the adjustment right away on the tour date below, which is our last one for this series. And that's going to be our card for tomorrow. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. If you haven't done so already, please join our Facebook group, facebook.com/groups/1987supermod. That's facebook.com/1987supermod. Also, give us a like here on YouTube. Give us a share. Let your friends know what we're doing and how much fun we're having. And also, subscribe to our channel. Keep participating here. We're going to keep running with this tour until we no longer want to do it, which isn't going to be anytime soon. And last but not least, folks, if you want version 7.0, go to braddrake.net/contact. Let me know, and I will be more than happy to send you over the link to the Google Drive page where you can get not only the picture pack, but the database. That's it for me right now, folks. So long for now.